This east bedroom has one of the best portraits ever made of my mother. My father took the picture. He loved photography, you remember, and he even enlarged the picture. He did the oval cutting of the mat, which shows to be quite primitively done. He was not experienced in that at the time, but he did the best he could, and he made the frame. My mother disliked the picture because it was large and because the oval was not very smoothly done. But anyway, he held out and preserved it. And I'm so glad he did, because it was very good of her. Also, she made that Bertha, as they called it, this lace-like covering or scarf that's on her dress. And I still have the brooch, the pin that she's wearing there at the lower V of her dress neck, and I still have the gold beads that she is wearing in the picture. So it's a very special rendition of my mother, which I'm proud to have. On this mantelpiece, just below the portrait, are two very interesting, very valuable vases. Vases, these rosy-colored glass ones, pinkish, really, given as wedding presents to my grandparents, grandfather and grandmother Smoot, when they were married back there in Bowling Green so many, many years ago. And they brought these wedding present vases with them to Texas. This clock has been in this room ever since the house was built. It's an old oldie, and it has marked many, many hours. One of the unusual transitional pieces of furniture is this perfume cabinet over here on top of a washstand. Now, it came about in a rather awkward fashion. The perfume cabinet was designed to be hung on the wall. It has these hooks back here on either side. And it did hang on the wall for a long, long time. But one time, in fact on that wall right over there, which we'll see shortly, but one time, lying in bed with this on the wall immediately above the bed, I suddenly started thinking if those hooks should give way, I didn't want to be in that bed when they collapsed. So I decided maybe it should come off the wall. Right across the room was this washstand. A washstand always being a necessary part of the bedroom furniture in those days, because there were no bathrooms, you remember, either. Those houses were built without bathrooms. But the washstand had to be. And you see here it has the towel rack on it, which pulls out to one side, the way it always happened. Anyway, looking at this washstand from across the room and wondering what to do with the perfume cabinet, I decided it could sit right there. And it's been there ever since, and many people think this is one piece, all attached, which it is not. I said perfume cabinet. It has all of the original bottles of cologne and perfume, as you see across the top. These other pieces of cut glass, the one in the middle for jewelry and the one at the bottom for handkerchiefs, are additional necessities in a lady's bedroom. The chair at this point is an unusual piece. It has a Texas star cut into the back of it. I'd like to know more about its origin, but it's very appropriately positioned anyway to show off its Texas star. Moving on around the room through another set of bay windows, so meaningful for ventilation in an old house here in Texas, we come on this wall to the dresser that goes with this furniture. It's of a different design from other dressers you have seen, and so I point it out for its 3 large drawers at the bottom and the 2 little side drawers, the lamp posts, and the decoration at the top, as well as the swinging mirror. Switching right across, we come to a table, a cabinet actually, made by Mr. Edgar Knoll during the days of the demolition of the Knoll house, which we talked about downstairs in connection with the bathroom down there, the tub, you know. He was trying to use all of the stray pieces of lumber, anything left from the house after things were taken, so as to make more money from the sale of the place. So from the stairway, he removed these squares of magnolias. The entire stairway was banded with a long extension or expansion of magnolia leaves like that. And he made little cabinets of this sort using those for drawers. So I value this as a remnant of the Knoll home. He also made the little table right over here of a curly maple, the table with the lamp on it. That also from some of the scrap lumber. He did very well because he also had talent using his hands, and he was artistic in designing things. In this corner of the room, you have various family pictures on that wall, just sort of a miscellaneous collection. And more importantly, all importantly, is a portrait of Jesus Christ here, whom I believe always in taking with me.